The shedding process is a bitch, but it's a beautiful bitch.
Who you checking? It's FN, shoot East or West End.
Acknowledge my smile when I try to say hello to you. Just so please, I will give you anything. Let me see if I can hit the note. Just make my dreams come true. Nope. Oh, baby, you give me butterfly. That song is amazing. Butterfly. Y'all, listen, the devil is really trying it. And I'm like, aren't you tired? Because I am. But y'all, hello. Welcome back to the channel. This is me, Solo D. And today we're just filming another 800 days video because I haven't been on here in a while and I got a lot to catch you up on. Babe. Babe, when I tell you, these last couple months have just been very eye-opening for me, to say the least, because I have been going through like an intense shedding process. Like the shedding process has been hell. And I've never heard of like a shedding process that's just like super easy. It's just not. It's never going to be that, right? But like this shedding process for me, I describe it as hell only because it's some parts of me that I wasn't really ready to surrender to just yet, or wasn't ready to release just yet, right? So it's almost like, have you ever like tried like taking a pacifier from a baby and that baby love that pacifier? Or taking a bottle, the bottle is something serious. Taking a bottle from a baby so you can burp him or her, you get a little pack so you can burp so you won't get sick, right? Get gassy. You know, have you ever tried taking the bottle away just because you're trying to burp them for their own good, right? But that baby won't let that bottle go for nothing. She using her gums, he using his gums and biting on that bottle, something serious, and gripping it. And you and the baby are doing a tug of war with the bottle to ensure, because the baby is like, I need this nutrients. This bottle's good for me, babe. I'm drinking. Get away. And you're like, hey, I understand that, but you got to burp. You got to take breaks between eating so you won't throw up, so you won't be gassy, so you won't be crying later. I'm just helping you so you won't be crying later. And I guess this is the Lord just helping me so I won't be crying later. But either you cry now or later, it really don't matter. Because either way, you crying. That's how I feel. I am the baby and the bottle is being ripped away and I don't like it. No, seriously. So that is the whole thing. The shedding process is a bitch. Hate it. But it's a beautiful bitch, right? It's beautiful. It's going to be great on the back end. But that's only if you have forethought and vision. If you can only see what you're seeing right now, it's a total bitch and it's a nightmare. And I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy. But it is a thing that has to be done, that has to be conquered, that has to be learned. And I guess we're going to learn it together because, yeah. So these past couple months have been like a true shedding of a previous version of myself. And those come with like all the accumulation. I think that's the word. I don't know. Got it. All of the events that have accumulated over the past couple months have all accumulated into the shedding of a previous self that I was, or that I am, that I won't be in the future. You get what I'm saying? So these past couple months, what have I been doing? I've been doing a lot of elderly care. Jesus. The caretaking role is for the strong. I applaud you if that's what you do for a living, baby, because I love that for you. I love that for you. We need you. We need you. Stay dedicated and loyal to the service because we need you right now. And mental health has been at an all-time high, like It's been there for a while though, and people just be out of their mind. They be out of their mind trying to live a regular life, and I'm like, babe, there's no such thing as regular. There's no such thing as normal. Okay, but you can't tell that to people that's already convinced otherwise. So, and on top of that, y'all, I got into a car accident. That was the last straw. That was the last straw. No, it really wasn't the last straw, but it was the half of the last straw that almost broke the camel's back. Like, that pissed me off something serious. I was pissed. For like 2 days, I screamed bloody murder all throughout this house because I was just upset. I'm still kind of upset. Not really though, but I'm irked, to say the least. Like, I'm pissed. I'm irked. And that's what I got. So all of those events together have just made me aware of my being and thought process and how I interpret the things that I'm feeling, the things that I'm thinking, and the things that are in my reality and what I'm seeing. All of those experiences together are, I don't want to say forcing me, but kind of a little bit forcing the activation of more in-depth self-awareness. And it's making me aware that the coping skills of which I used to use may not work for me anymore. And I have to discover and find new ones that work with me for who I am right now. That's what I'm getting at. So the shedding process is just a process where you rid yourself of the old to make room and embrace the new. So either that be the newness of you, the newness of something physical, like you're about to receive something new, like a gift, an upgrade in life, anything like that. That is the shedding process. So like, picture a lizard. Like, I have a lizard, Hercules. He's a leopard gecko. He sheds periodically at a certain time of the month. I don't know if he shed like once a month. I don't know, but I know the man sheds. So he sheds, he gets his new skin. Before he sheds though, he gets like real dull in color. Mind you, Hercules like pink, yellow, beige-ish type color. Before he sheds, he gets real dull, like gets real ashy. And then as time goes on, we see the process. He's kind of like peeling off little layers at a time. And that process, since we kind of don't help him with the process, he does it on his own. And that process is a long, drawn out process for a little lizard about that big, having to figure out how to peel off all this dead skin by himself without having malleable hands and fingers. Right? So he's like rubbing against like his log. He'll like dip in the water and some will kind of fall off. So as you're seeing him shed, it takes time, and it's a thing that you have to do independently on your own. And I've had the pleasure of doing that. Now, this is not my first shedding process at all, but this one is more significant than the others because I'm entering into a new phase of life and adulthood, and these experiences that I'm experiencing right now are different than when I was 21, 20, 18, 19, 17, 15. You know what I'm saying? So adjusting my being to my new reality is a bit challenging for me because it's new. I've never been here before. I never had to do this before. So now I'm having to figure it out. And that is what the shedding process is. And so with that realization, I am not the person that I used to be, like the person that I was a year ago, 5 years ago. I'm not that person today currently. The person I was a month ago, I'm not that person currently. The person that I was about an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, I'm not that person currently. Just because we are human beings, living beings, ever changing, ever growing, depending on our mindset, our abilities, our capabilities, and our environment that we surround ourselves with, or that we are implanted into. All of those factors shape who we are presently that may be different from who we are in the past or who we will be in the future. All of that shapes us. Okay. So with all of that going on and all those puzzle pieces clicking together, I'm just like, bitch, can I just get a break. Like, leave me alone for once. Ugh. Hold on. Can't let it get cold. Cool. So like during this process of shedding, I'm just kind of trying to embrace the rewiring of my brain and my daily habits that I've been conditioned into having and working for me. Because at once upon a time, it did work for me. But now, like, that's different. Like, I don't even cuss nobody out no more. And mind you, let's rewind, okay? So, like currently, one of my old coping skills, if I'm not feeling what you're talking about, or if I feel like you full of shit, I will leave you. I will leave you. It's no turning back. I will leave and never look back. And then nowadays, I'm like, you can't really do that anymore. And mind you, I'll say fuck you and block you in a minute. I don't have time. But like nowadays, in my present moment, I'm getting presented with more experiences where it's like, you really can't leave that quick now. You have to have a conversation. Even though sometimes you do not have to have a conversation. I do not believe in that. And you can't convince me otherwise. But some things, if it's valuable enough to you, you'd be like, okay, maybe I should communicate. But if you piss me off during the communication, we're good. Doors closed, locked, we're done. Period. But like, you see, and that's growth for me. So during this process of shedding, I'm like, okay, we're not saying what you were doing back then wasn't working for you and wasn't helping you. But now that we've kind of grown a little bit, brightening up our skill a little bit, or what to say, brightening up and sharpening up our skill a little bit, let's try some new tools and see if they work for us. Now, if not, you can kind of revert a little bit, see if that works for you still. But as we're getting a little older, let's just try out some of the new stuff. Let's try it. Let's just see if it works for you. And if it don't, cool. But if it do, welcome to the new light. But yeah, so that process has been long, drawn out, crazy. I don't like it. I think, but no, seriously, like that process has been long, drawn out, crazy. I don't like it. And it requires patience. I think that's why I don't typically like it, because it requires patience. Mind you, I have patience tattoo right here. No, you see it? This is the Arabic word for patience. All my tattoos mean something to me. Because to me, my tattoos are like little like stamps of honor. Like little badges of honor for me. Like, you know how you win a game or something? Like you at the Olympics, you win a medal. You win a trophy. These are like my little trophies. Like, these are my badges of honor. Like, so I get the tattoo if it's a lesson that I'm currently embarking or a lesson that I've conquered. And this is this little lesson here. This patience lesson. Sometimes I just have to rub, I just have to rub her and say, it's gonna be okay, and pat her. But I'm learning to breathe through the process, and I hate it. It ain't no way around it. I hate it. Hate. Capital HATE. Hate. Idiot. During this process of shedding, the first thing I'm like learning how to shed is my self-sacrificing. And it's hard for me because I'm a fixer. I've learned this about myself. I like to fix things. So if I feel like you don't know what you're doing, and it's not like a feeling, like I'm not judging you that you don't know what you're doing. It's just that I've seen you struggle time and time again. I'm like, I hate to watch you do this to yourself, back and forth, even though that's how people learn. I hate to do this, so I'll just do it. I'll take care of it. You don't worry about it. You don't move. That way of being disturbs both parties, because that disturbs the first party whose lesson it is to learn. It's disturbing their process and their growth. No matter how quick or slow it may be to you, they are taking the time they need to learn whatever lesson that it is that they need to learn. And for me, I will take on the burden and then be like, I shouldn't have done this. But I did it voluntarily. Nobody asked me to do it. I just did it because I know I can. But just because you know you can doesn't mean you have to. Just because you know you're capable of it doesn't mean that that's something that's required of you. And so that is the piece of me that I'm shedding. It's like, babe, honestly, if it did not have your name on it, why you worried about it? That's the whole thing right there for self-sacrificing. If it don't have your name on it, why are you inconveniencing yourself? Why are you disturbing your own peace, ruffling your own feathers? Why are you doing that? For what? The second thing that I'm shedding is operating out of exhaustion, just because that's what I'm familiar with. I've told you before, like, I'm the type of person, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do regardless. No matter what time it is, how long it's gonna take, I'm gonna do that. But it wasn't until like these past couple months where I've been forced to kind of take a break, kind of sit down and just regather, that I'm like, okay, just because it's something that you've labeled that has to be done doesn't mean that you have to do it right now. Like, why would you get on here and be half? Like, this video, I really wanted to record this video at least a month ago. But then, like, my brain was scattered everywhere. I had just had my car accident. My plans had been altered and changed, not off the strength of me, like, just saying, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. But the environment that I was in, you can't control nature. You can't control the actions of others. You just can't do it. So that made me have to kind of realign with myself and be like, okay, you got to sit down. You ain't got no choice. Relax. And honestly, I'm thankful for it now, because if I would have did it then, I would have came out in a whole different other energy that wouldn't have been beneficial to myself or you. Because if you hadn't noticed, I get on here for my own mental health. You just a bystander. You receive the remnants of my processing, right? I get on here so I don't cut up. Seriously. So you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously though, I can't control the environment. I can't control what is or is not being done by the party that's supposed to be doing it. So all I can do is control my actions, my thoughts, my beings, and keep myself at a temperament that is receptive, respectful, and honorable to me, which showcases me honoring my mind, body, and spirit, and keeping it at a Zen state at which I like to be. Because if I allow you to do it, you might piss me off by the way you breathe, by the way you speak, by the way you chew your gum. That's none of your fault. That would be all on me, because I'm allowing it to bother me, because I'm allowing it to seep into my auric field, my energy, my space, my grace, my place, all of that. Okay, Dr. Seuss. That would be on me, right? So instead of jumping in here first and looking crazy, I just sit back and be like, okay, you're tired, you're irritable, give yourself a timeout. It's like an adult timeout. I like that. Adult timeout. And then the third thing that I'm actively like trying to shed is denying myself freedom. This like freedom of expressing myself. Growing up, I would hold my tongue just to like kind of save other people's feelings, because my words are harsh and my actions are harsher. I'm self-aware to know that. So when it comes to others, I'm like, this person can't really handle this, and this. So I either make the message digestible for them to receive, or I just don't say it. And either way, I'm putting myself at a lack, because me not saying nothing is contributing to me possibly not feeling like I'm not being heard, understood, or communicated, simply because I did not say it. So now I'm trying to find a middle ground between the two, where it allows me to just get out whatever I need to get out clearly, and being accepting of if I'm understood, cool. If I'm not understood, cool, but I was able to get it out. And after that conversation, interaction, encounter, either we good or we not, and it's cool. Because if I hold it in, I make myself sick. If I water it down, I make myself sick. What the fuck am I do that for? Now that I'm able to notice it and call it out, if I keep doing it, then shame on me. Shame on me. Those are the three aspects that I'm shedding actively. And I'm trying to like reframe my conditioning, my beliefs, just reframe my way of being. So that's what shedding is. The shedding process makes you stand, what the folks say, makes you stand 10 toes down on all those boundaries and all those things that you said you go for or you don't go for. And it allows you to put your name on the envelope, stamp it, and send it off and let it be delivered. That's what the shedding process has innately taught me. I'm just a girl. I can't. But yeah, y'all, holding yourself accountable to the boundaries that you've set for yourself and acting upon them is the most difficult part of the shedding process, because it makes you keep your word to you. You can lie to anybody else, but you lie to yourself, that's a problem. Because if you lying to yourself, anybody can lie to you. Anybody can tell you anything and you're going to eat it up. And we ain't going for that. Not this year, not next year, or the years after that. We ain't doing it. Sorry. Not if you over here with me. But that's all I really got. I'm just actively shedding my previous conditioning of like when I grew up, young adulthood, into a more seasoned lady. Yeah. But y'all, that's really all I got. I'm about to go find myself something to eat because it's time. It's time for me to get settled and get ready to watch the afternoon news. And what's that other show? Not The Bold and the Beautiful. I already missed that. Beyond the Gates. I'm about to go watch Beyond the Gates and see what the drama is. I might turn it off though and put it on Django because that is my favorite movie. I want y'all to go out and just go and live your best life. And honestly, take out like 30 minutes out the day, or you can do a whole weekend just to honor yourself, be gentle with yourself, and give yourself room to grow so you can learn him or her all over again. It's a beautiful process, even though it's tiring. But y'all, I want y'all to go out and live y'all best life, because what if not? Go out and be joy and be love and allow it to come back into you too. Peace and love.
Like damn, she in her mood. Like damn, she in her mood.